Hello, Upper East Siders. You know you love.
The Gossip Girl cast is in the news for something. It warms my heart because I love them all so much. But this is a really interesting article that I read. Penn Badgley says his relationship with Blake Lively saved him. So we all know them as Dan and Serena, obviously, but they dated from 2007. Well, TBD on their start date, till 2010. But Penn says in an interview with Variety that his former relationship with Lively, whom he was romantically involved with for 3 years, during their time on Gossip Girl,
a wedding scene with an ex, was that weird?
I'm still processing it. No.
Years, the stereotypical Hollywood couple, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, are charming and funny, and they have an easy chemistry that makes their relationship appear like a romantic comedy. Whether they are making fun of each other on social media or walking hand in hand on the red carpet, their love story has captured the hearts of people all over the world.
An interview from the Glamour 2009 magazine that Blake Lively was in, talking about how she poisoned the cast against her now ex-boyfriend that she left for Ryan Reynolds, Penn Badgley.
I can fake empathy pretty well. You know,
I am his home and our girls are his home. And just like that 19-year-old boy, he races home. Whether it's from across the globe or a meeting across the street, he is hardwired to get home. If he came home from set not in his wardrobe, we would be very concerned. Soaked in mud, fake blood, real blood, prosthetic scars, superhero suits, tap shoes, or clown makeup, Daddy always comes home. And that man races back to his real life like nothing I have ever seen. Especially not by someone who's able to be so all in his work life. He's able to somehow be everything to everyone all at once. He is the most present person you will ever meet. And yes, he creates magic in his work. But man, oh man, does he create magic in his real life. Home is where his heart is, which is why he gives so much of his heart back to his home.
But what if everything we thought we knew about them was actually a well-constructed illusion? What if their union wasn't as harmonious as it seemed? Beyond his words, Badgley Blake's real-life ex-boyfriend and former co-star on Gossip Girl recently made a startling admission that has fueled endless speculation about what might be going on behind closed doors and caused heated fan disputes.
Penn were also on The View in 2007, I believe. She denied the rumors about her and Leighton not being friends, being more like frenemies like their characters on Gossip Girl. Even though Blake has been seen in some interviews not being the nicest to her co-stars and making fun of Leighton's upbringing.
Recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies. And it's
frenemies. Is that the new term? Frenemies?
Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's they see our characters on the show, and they want that to be true in a sense. I think they want everybody's characters in real life to emulate that. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive. So it's very silly. But you know, we all do get along very well, and it's upsetting that they have to do that to try to sell magazines. There's enough gossip on the show. Just watch that.
So is the marriage between Blake and Ryan as solid as it appears, or is it just another example of Hollywood's obsession with presenting a perfect image? Let's break everything down.
Finale of Gossip Girl. It was revealed that the very lovely Kristen Bell was lending her voice to my character, to Dan Humphrey, who is the real Gossip Girl. Sorry. Spoiler alert. I thought I would repay the favor. I'm going to put a little narrative spin on Kristen's show.
Unlike many of his co-stars, Penn Badgley has never been one to get involved in unnecessary Hollywood controversy. Rather than making headlines, he has kept a quiet profile and focused more on his trade. But lately, in a podcast interview on Podcrushed, he said something that sparked a social media frenzy.
In a lifeboat, you can only bring 3 of your co-stars on it with you. Who are they?
From the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so divisive.
I know.
I'll take 3.
Yeah.
Blake, Chase, and Ed.
Blake. Okay. Who's a better singer, Leighton Meester or Taylor Momsen?
That interview was from 2016. I wonder what Penn would say now in 2025. One of those members would be left to swim up the river themselves. Oh, and P.S. Not that this means anything, but Penn Badgley does follow Justin Baldoni on Instagram. And not his ex Blake Lively.
When asked about on-set romances and the realities of Hollywood relationships, Penn said something that immediately caused people to take notice. Some of the most solid marriages you see are performances, and when you've worked closely with someone, you see the script. Instead of denying it or providing an explanation for his statement, Penn smirked and stated, "I'll let you read between the lines," when the host pressed him further, asking if he was referring to Blake Lively. That was enough to get folks wondering what he was talking about, but then things took a more startling turn.
Interview this woman has done, she has admitted to her wrongdoings and thinks it's okay. She thinks it's fine enough that they can publish it in a magazine for millions to read. If you remember, Penn Badgley and Blake Lively dated from 2007 to 2010, and this interview was actually in 2009, so 2 years after they started dating. She was comfortable enough to say this about him after they had been dating for 2 years. If I was him, would be pissed when I heard this. Said in the interview that she was so upset when they cast him that she turned the whole cast against him. Saying, I was first upset that they hired him. I actually poisoned the whole cast against him, but then they noticed that he wasn't a jerk and was actually a really nice, charming person. Almost immediately, I realized that too, but it took me about a week to admit it.
After that, social media was filled with conjecture, Penn's statements went viral, and the internet started deciphering their meaning right away. Fans started analyzing their well-known social media interactions, previous interviews, and public appearance body language. Is the romantic relationship between Blake and Ryan only a shrewd PR stunt?
In March of 2023, Justin and Ryan are having a lot of friendly text messages. Justin reaches out to Ryan to let him know that he got his number through Blake and he just really wanted to reach out and say hello. Justin basically explains to Ryan what a big fan he's been of both Ryan and Blake's work and that he's just a supporter from afar. But the text message that stands out to me is this one over here, which is a little blurry, and I'm just going to read it to you guys. This one's from Ryan. What a loving and generous message. Thank you. We're both looking forward to getting to know you and your family better. We're also big fans over here. Since before we met and more so after. You've been a wonderful collaborator with B, and that means a great deal to both of us. Being a stand-up person is everything, and you've been just that since day one. Thank you. You hit the jackpot with B. She literally passes on every film and every filmmaker. I don't know about that. One thing I know, and I speak from deep wellsprung of experience here, having her in your court behind the scenes as a creative is invaluable, and I'm certain she would say the same.
Some people believe that their marriage is a branding decision that works out well for both of them. Blake and Ryan are an unbeatable power couple who have both succeeded in their companies. Their lighthearted relationship is the focal point of their public personas, which has improved their marketability.
Reynolds filed his motion to dismiss himself from the lawsuit, which is basically saying, Your Honor, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Please allow me to exit the room. So for example, they said, so what does Ryan Reynolds have to do with that? Legally speaking, other than being a supportive spouse who witnessed the first-hand emotional and financial devastation Miss Lively has suffered? ? Nothing. They bolded it. Mr. Reynolds is a defendant in this action for one reason and one reason only, because billionaire Steve Sarowitz promised to spend $100 million to ruin Miss Lively and Mr. Reynolds' life.
It's no secret that Hollywood relies mostly on optics, and in a field that feeds on narrative, a contented, steady marriage like Blake and Ryan is highly desirable. How frequently do we witness them in public without a well-planned moment of humor or affection? Their amusing social media exchanges also contribute to the media's continued interest in them.
Before, the times I've interviewed Ryan Reynolds, he's always been super nice, very friendly, and that's the most of my colleagues, reporter colleagues, always thought Ryan Reynolds was a good guy. Now we learn new things about him and we're all sitting there like, oh my God, we were all...
Interview. Is it all a front, though? Other celebrities started making direct or indirect comments about the incident as the report circulated. Taylor Swift and Lively have been close friends since the start of this controversy, and Swifties know that Taylor regularly incorporates subliminal messages into her songs. Taylor's song, The Archer, was about feeling trapped in a perfect image and having problems seeing things. Was this just a coincidence, or was Taylor subtly acknowledging Blake's situation?
Lucky to have good friends who make time for me, like they know me and they know that I bite off more than I can chew and I have 4,000 children and, they're like, I need to come to her. Like her apartment is the vortex and it is a black hole and I will come to her to see her. All of my friendships in my life are people who build me up to my best, highest self. When I'm feeling good or when I'm feeling down, they're always reminding me of who I am. And that reminder is always like the most aspirational version of me. I feel like they're people who are direct. They're people who will be hard on me when they're like, hey, here's where I see you struggle. And then they also give me the grace to do that for them. So yeah, I think it's just about surrounding yourself with people who genuinely want to see you soar and surrounding yourself with people who you genuinely want to.
Blake's friend, supermodel Gigi Hadid, posted an enigmatic Instagram story shortly after Penn's podcast aired, captioning it, "Loyalty isn't about standing by someone when things are easy. It's about standing by them when things are complicated." This was taken by many as proof that Blake might be going through a tough moment behind closed doors.
Lights on. Can we just get the house lights on because I want to be able to... Hello, Hugh. It's Ryan.
I have been lucky enough to have, he's my gotcha for life, right here. I mean it. Thank you, Gus. I'm his second best friend. All right, Gus. Jesus, I'm so sorry. This is awful. And I just want to, like, I know we were supposed to finish this bit where this two security gentlemen come and they try to take the mic from me. It's like a struggle, and then they tase me, and I go down, and then they hog tie me, and then they put me in the Radio City music garbage dump, and then they just light it on fire. But I wanted to actually just say, I love this man. I care about this man. He is genuinely the best human being I know. And I have 4 children. He is the best. Enjoy the rest of the show. You owe me $100.
Yeah, I love you, Ryan. I love you, Ryan.
Well, keep the man.
I love you, man. Could you like fifth gotcha for life?
Hugh Jackman, a fellow actor and longtime friend of Ryan Reynolds, was asked about the incident during a red carpet interview. Ryan Reynolds is a fantastic guy, and I don't get involved in personal things, was his measured and circumspect response. His hesitation was enough to fuel speculation, and with so many others in the field either avoiding the subject or talking incoherently, it only served to reinforce the suspicion that something was amiss.
To surgery, but I went to the hospital and I was so excited. I have a lot of dad jokes. So I went to the hospital and I just couldn't wait for the doctor to ask me about my hand. And he's like, what happened? And I said, I got in a fight, which he didn't know it was a movie. And he goes, oh really? And I go, yeah, you should see the other guy. I've always wanted to do that.
Oh my god!
But then,
the
doctor's like, "Oh, where is he in the other room, or is he on stand?" And I was like, "No, it's you should see the
joke. You should see the other guy. If I look like this, you should see the
the joke just totally crashed. So it was used.
Of brands that rely on their cooperation to stay current and expand their impact. The notion that Blake and Ryan's marriage is merely a business arrangement is gaining traction. The internet is currently divided into a number of significant views on the true nature of Blake and Ryan's marital dynamics. Some say their witty, humorous online interactions are too well thought out and perfect to be spontaneous. Were they all scripted?